President Trump is being called out on Twitter after making a hilariously absurd claim about windmills. Take a look.
Hillary wanted to put up wind. If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so... And of course, it's like a graveyard for birds. If you love birds, you'd never want to walk under a windmill because it's a very sad sight.
Very, very sad. Sad sight. But wait, windmills, what? They cause what? Cancer? I don't think so. Actually, for those of you who might be unsure, like, wait a minute, I didn't know they cause cancer. No, windmill noises don't cause cancer. I mean, that's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yet, this is the man who says, I'm a very stable genius. I mean, look, you're going to call out windmills for allegedly causing cancer, while at the same time pushing for more coal plants whose mining emissions are actually linked to real health risks. For example, according to 113 studies published in various peer-reviewed publications, documented health risks from exposure to the pollutants involved in burning coal include premature death, cardiovascular disease, lung cancer, low birth rate, higher risk of developmental and behavioral disorders in infants and children, as well as higher infant mortality. So, but coal is better, but windmills, the noises, will make you get cancer. Come on. Now, there's a lot of great tweets in response to this video that was put out, but I want to go first to Twitter user Jared Yates Sexton, who pointed out something very relevant in this. They said, there are entire internet communities that spend hours upon hours cooking up vast and complicated narratives where Donald Trump is a mastermind orchestrating world affairs. These people, they edit videos for hours in order to make Trump look good. Look, this actually could be applied to a larger narrative about conspiracy theories, and no doubt this is where this comes from. And look, President Trump, I've showed you on multiple occasions how President Trump loves conspiracy theories. And in fact, he's been known, or was known, to be a friend of Alex Jones. And by the way, said he has recently admitted in a deposition that he may have psychosis, or at least blames his Sandy Hook trutherism on psychosis. Fascinating. Anyway, yes, the president watched Alex Jones, went on his show once. That kind of tells you everything you need to know about Trump and conspiracy theories. Now, fun tweets. Let's go to those. Jeb Legum starts things out by saying, things Trump sincerely believes. Exercise is bad for you. Now, I've talked about this before. Donald Trump thinks everybody has an internal battery, right? And if you exercise, that depletes your battery faster. And when, of course, that battery runs out, you die. So that's why it's like, I don't exercise. It depletes my battery. I live a long time because I've got great genes and a big battery. But I'm not going to exercise. Instead, I will eat cheeseburgers and drink lots of Diet Coke. Yeah. So that's what he literally believes. Now, he also believes, as I mentioned, as I showed you the video, noise from the wind farms cause cancer, which they do not. And of course, related, climate change is a hoax, as he pointed out, and said that it was perpetrated by the Chinese to hurt American industry. Now, that's kind of ironic, considering everything that President Trump has done to hurt American industry, including solar power, right? He put tariffs on solar panels from China, right? Solar happened to be one of the biggest, fastest growing industries in the United States. Now, they're not, they still have more jobs than coal, but unfortunately, the solar industry has been hurt because they're no longer able to import things from China. So then you also had the recent talk of him potentially closing on the border with Mexico, which would massively hurt American businesses. And look, some of the reports said within a week, the United States would stop being able to make cars. Yeah. And then Legum adds, he's the most powerful man on earth. Oh boy. Sam Stein says, it's just totally weird that the president casually suggests that the noise from wind farms could cause cancer, and no one will be talking about this in 24 hours. Because likely he would either have said something dumber or done something horrific. Either or. And why? It's because he's a madman. And an idiot to boot. Miriam McKenna says, I'm definitely not getting into the cancer thing. What? But it was just 2 weeks ago that Danish researchers found no significant relationship between wind farms and heart attacks and strokes. See, again, these are conspiracy theories from the right to go after wind farms for, look, they're donors, basically. There are these so-called think tanks that come out with this ridiculous stuff, or these conspiracy theorists, and like, oh, no. You don't understand, coal, oil, and natural gas is fantastic. But when it comes to wind farms, well, I mean, wind farms, they kill all the birds, and then they cause cancer, and then the solar panels, they'll suck up all the energy from the sun, and then the sun will be depleted. No, what? What are you talking about? Again, this is some of the most ridiculous stuff, and of course it only is there to help, giant corporations like the oil companies. So, anyway, Taya Sarkar says, yes, the noise from wind farms causes cancer, but coal's all well and good. Yeah? Okay. Not only that, but fracking. Well, fracking also is a problem, especially when it leaches into groundwater, which we have seen in a lot of different places where the fracking boom had really taken over. So you guys remember Gasland with Josh Fox, where people can literally light their tap water on fire. That was pre-Trump. So that was a big problem with fracking. Big problem with oil and gas. But, oh no, windmills are the problem. And solar panels. You ever seen a solar spill? You might get maybe a sunburn. Ooh. I know, terrible. Anyway, Pour Me Coffee tweeted in, that's okay. All you need to do is get the Bose cancer canceling headphones. You should be fine. And then David Little asks, what's the opposite of hinged? Ooh, I know this one. That would be unhinged for 100, Alex. That was probably super unintentional because Alex Trebek has recently said that he has cancer. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on. West Wing Report says President's ongoing attacks on wind energy, he says tonight that turbines cause cancer, infuriates supporters in big wind states like Iowa and Texas. And 2, Trump has fought Scottish officials over turbines near his properties. Now, that's interesting. So I looked into that, right? So that fight involved him fighting against, people in Scotland that wanted to put up wind turbines off the coast in the ocean, right? So now Donald Trump has a golf course in Scotland, and so he's like, I could see the wind turbines from my golf course. It's going to kill tourism. I don't want you to put them out. Well, he lost that fight. And of course he fought against it because he didn't think that people would like the view. Now, what's interesting is that in 2018, they put up those windmills and or those wind turbines, I should say. And it looks like nobody cared. Revenue for his golf courses in Scotland is about the same as it was before. Oops. But there's more tweets. One more. Ben Collins says, the wind turbines give you cancer thing is such a deep cut in the conspiracy ecosystem. It's remarkable it navigated its way to Trump, who doesn't really use the internet other than to tweet. Whatever grapevine he heard this through must have some really wild stuff in it. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is kind of and don't take this the wrong way, right? This is what happens when you mix older people who are not intellectually curious. I'm not saying all older people are not intellectually curious. That's a stupid thing to say. But I'm saying it's what happens when you mix someone like Trump, who, yes, is older, not very tech savvy, not very savvy in pretty much anything, but that's besides the point. Someone who doesn't really care to learn things and basically only believes what he believes, right? This is what happens when you mix those kinds of people with the internet and places like, I don't know, 4chan, 8chan, conspiracy theorist blogs, even satire sites. I mean, these are the same people who, by the way, when I was younger, said, "Oh, don't trust the things that people say on TV." Now they're the ones that open up crazy chain letters about like Obama being a secret Kenyan Muslim. These are the ones that forward and spread conspiracy theories. I mean, literally, Trump voters have been shown in studies to believe and share the most conspiracy theories on social media. Now, that would be kind of hilarious, seeing how these people believe in such crazy things, if it wasn't so damaging to our society. And so that's the real problem here. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.